Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Monica. I like to post anti-MLM and life content. In today's video, we will be discussing an anti-MLM topic that has kind of been on my mind for a little bit. Just as a disclaimer, anything said in this video is just my opinions and for entertainment purposes only. Of course, always do your own research when it comes to the anti-MLM stuff. But yeah, so let's get into it. I wanted to talk about the MLM sisterhood that all of these MLM huns always talk about. I did take notes because there are a few things that I want to make sure that I do mention in this video because I do have experience in MLMs, and if you've watched any of my other videos, I do have experience in multiple different types of industries, work-wise. So I feel as though I can kind of talk on the topic of the MLM sisterhood, what they always talk about, and whenever they're pitching someone or whatever the case may be. In my personal opinion, I think that the MLM sisterhood is one of the biggest tactics that they use in order to sign people up, because if you watch my MLM and religion video, my thoughts on the two subjects together, you would have seen that I did talk about the sisterhood and community and the sense of community that some women are actually looking for out in the world, especially with all of the female empowerment that we have out there in the world right now. There's still not enough, and there is still not the same type of group that you can go to that is even on the same level of the sisterhood that MLMs promote. If you look at any of the promotional videos on, I would say, the majority of MLMs, you always see women dancing around. There's some men in the mix too, but if you look at, for example, Arbonne, you have women in white dancing around with all their girlfriends and having a good time. That is appealing to some people who are looking for that particular, I guess you could say, that particular feeling in life, that sense of community, that sense of being able to have someone that's in your corner who's always going to support you in your business opportunity. That narrative of the MLM sisterhood is complete and total nonsense. It is non-existent. If in my It Works and Unique video, I talked about some stories that people have told me and reached out to me about. In the Unique video, I talked about how someone had contacted me and told me that when they left their MLM, the uplines, in a sense, I would say in my opinion, bullied her, started rumors about her, went to her family and spread these rumors to her family. I think that's wrong. But she was fed the narrative of this is a sisterhood. In my It Works video, I talked about another story that someone told me outside of YouTube world. And of course, I can't give out details or anything like that because people are going to court for this. There was this one particular MLM that had this one particular upline. Said upline, I named her Peyton in the video, was terrible to someone that was in her downline. Absolutely terrible. The stories that this person told me, there were inappropriate pictures that were leaked online of this girl. She was basically put through hell and back, honestly. I feel for this girl. I feel so bad for her, and I could never understand how she feels because I've never been in that position before. Because of this, the MLM company is backing up the upline, or Peyton. So the girl that had all of this happen to her, she is actually taking them to court. And the thing that was crazy about this is someone had commented on that particular video and they said that they saw this entire thing unfold too. So this isn't just an over-exaggeration or a dramatization of the story of what happened, because there are people that are telling me that they watched this unfold too. They watched all of this. They saw the hate pages. They saw the pictures get leaked. And I find that wrong, because you're talking about a sisterhood, but you're going to turn around and do something like that to a person that was part of your tribe. Another good example of this sisterhood that they talk about, in my Monet video, I talked about how I had someone in my life who was a Monet hun, and I didn't want to make a video on Monet only because out of respect for her. We had met back in 2013 when we were both just starting out with our blogs and everything. I actually started in 2010, but there was something that happened in the middle, which is a whole nother story for a whole nother day, toxic relationships, all that kind of stuff. And so I restarted again in 2013. Sweetest girl, like, she is a very great person. She's really a sweetheart. So I have nothing bad to say about her. I really don't. But we met through blogging. And then all of a sudden, when Monet became a thing, she became a distributor for Monet. I didn't know that it was an MLM. I thought that it was, you know, like an affiliate, how a lot of bloggers have affiliates and sponsors and stuff like that. She's one of the small percentages of people that are making a decent amount of money. She talks about all the free trips and stuff like that, which we all know the trips and the cars are not free. You have to hit a rank. And most of the time there are other expenses that you have to pay for in order to get to these free trips. But anyway, that's a story for a whole nother day. Once she saw that I was anti-MLM, it doesn't mean that I have anything against her. It doesn't mean I don't have anything personally against her. I have something against the business model and the MLM companies themselves and the people, the founders, the CEOs, the people that are on the back end, right? She completely cut me out of her life. She blocked me on social media, everything like that. No explanation, no nothing. Never sent me anything saying, hey, you know, I'm really sorry, but we can't be friends because I see that you're anti-MLM, which she doesn't have to give me that explanation, but this is just an example that she talked about this sisterhood and this group of women, you know, women empowerment, all of that kind of stuff. But yet, as soon as someone disagrees with you and has a difference of opinion, which we are allowed to have in this world, I always encourage people to be able to disagree with me and put their opinions in the comments. So I encourage that. I encourage you to have another opinion besides just agreeing with me, because you are entitled to that opinion. That is how different ideas get bounced around when you have a group of people that are bringing different ideas to the table. What bothers me about this particular situation is that as soon as I disagreed with her, that was it. Gotta cut the negativity out of your life. Only positivity here with these MLMs. This is, and I'm not saying MLMs are cults, but in my opinion, this is a cult-like tactic because you can't have any negativity, you can't have any difference of opinion, everything has to be the same, everything has to be positive, you can't say anything bad. I've had so many ex-hun bots tell me that in their groups with their MLM, they would say something like, I'm not a huge fan of this product, I don't know how I'm gonna sell it, can someone help me? For example, that's just an example. And they delete the comment, no negativity in the group. You're not allowed to do that. That is a cult-like mentality because you're not allowing critical thinking, you're not allowing people to have a difference of opinion, you're not allowing people to be their own person. That's the problem that I have with these MLM huns. To go into that a little bit further, what I have noticed with the rise of the anti-MLM movement, what I have noticed is that Monet, Arbonne, and Unique huns are some of the cattiest and pettiest people out there. If you watch any of Emily Leah's Monet exposed videos, she finds some good stuff, but if you watch any of those videos, I think the anti-MLM movement is really starting to get to these huns. But I think that Monet, Arbonne, and Unique are some of the worst when it comes to clapping back at the anti-MLM movement. The videos that I've done of responding to these MLM huns have been Monet and Arbonne. But there's this, when it comes to going back to Monet and the girl that I was friends with, as soon as she, you know, completely got rid of me out of her life because she didn't block me on one particular platform, so I'm still able to see certain things. This is something that I'm starting to notice in a lot of MLMs, with a lot of tribes of MLM huns, is a lot of them are going on these like beach incentive trips or whatever they call them. And they're making a pyramid, like how cheerleaders make a pyramid out of themselves. They're making a pyramid and trying to clap back at the anti-MLM movement and say, oh, it sounds like a pyramid scheme, no thanks. And then they go into an explanation on why their MLM isn't a pyramid scheme. Which, of course, we know that there is a difference between MLMs and pyramid schemes. But the structure is incredibly, incredibly similar. And if there are so many people losing money in MLMs, yeah, I mean, I guess you guys make your own opinions, but y'all know my opinion. But going back to that, some of the Arbonne huns, a lot of these huns, what they do is they, you know, have really terrible comebacks to a lot of anti-MLMers, but they talk about how they always say, do your own research. Don't go to Google University. Do your own research. But if you do a quick Google search, how many lawsuits can you find on certain companies, on certain MLM companies? The problem is they have this condescending attitude that really irks me, because here on this channel, we all know I'm anti-MLM. I, of course, have my own opinions, but some of the information that I talk about on this channel, when it's compensation plans or income disclosures or something that they have on their website, that is easily available to you. These are things that you can find on the website. This is not something I made up. Income disclosure statements are something that you can look up on your own. Compensation plans, same thing. Lawsuits, you can look all of this stuff up on your own time and read it. That's not something I'm making up. Of course, I have my own opinions, but those are things that I cannot make up. They're on the internet. They're on their websites. So for them to sit there and, try to have this condescending attitude of, we don't know anything, we're spreading lies, we're scam artists, or whatever the case may be. But that's not true. We're just bringing information out there that some people don't think to look for. There have been people who have told me that they either, one, got out of their MLM, or two, they figured out how to get out of the MLM because of watching my videos, or they were skeptical and they weren't sure if they wanted to continue, and then they saw my videos or other anti-MLM videos that helped them realize just how bad of a situation they were in. Which I love hearing those stories. So if you guys ever say something like that to me, I just want you to know that if I haven't said it multiple times, I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you. And I'm glad that me just talking to a camera helps people in those situations. The way that I wanted to end this video is on a positive note. There are a lot of different places where you can find empowerment for women and women uplifting women. There are a lot of places that you can look for that if that is what you are looking for, and if that's one of the reasons why you're thinking about joining an MLM is for that sisterhood. I'm gonna sit here and tell you guys right now, I have been blogging since 2013, well, officially 2010, but like full-time 2013. In these almost 7 years of my life of just talking about my opinions online, some of the women that are really, really close to me and some of the women who are in my corner cheering for me are people that are in the blogging industry, whether they're a blogger or an influencer, whatever you want to call yourselves. Y'all know how I feel about the word influencer, but I feel like I kind of have to talk about it and I kind of have to use that term. But I have met some incredible, incredible women in this industry. Don't get me wrong, there is cattiness in this industry as well. However, not as much as I see in MLMs. When I was in an MLM, as soon as I left, no one uplifted me. No one talked to me. No one stayed in contact with me. No one was liking any of my posts, commenting, or saying, you go girl, get it girl. None of that. When I left the MLM, granted I didn't leave on bad terms, and there was no bad blood or anything, but that sisterhood just completely disappeared. Whereas in the blogging industry, these are people who are genuinely in your corner, who are genuinely cheering you on. Some of my closest friends, my best friend, I met through blogging, through events for bloggers or influencers, whatever the case may be. Blogging opened up the door for me to so many opportunities, actual opportunities, not a business opportunity, but it opened up so many doors. I was in contact with so many different brands. I learned social media marketing. I learned how to network better. And it made me, honestly, I think it made me a better person because I saw just how creative you can be. And it started off as, it was just my creative outlet because I've worked in the office industry for so many years. I'm so happy I'm out of it now, but for so many years. And that was my creative outlet. Now I say that I was doing it full time because I literally, any chance that I got, I was working on my blog. And it was something that I truly, truly enjoyed. And it was something that I built myself. I branded myself. And it's something that I'm so incredibly proud of. And it's something that all of my blogger friends are proud of. And I'm incredibly proud of them. I know that I've used the word incredibly a lot, but it's the best word to explain just how happy I am in the blogging community and with the people that are in that. Thanks to my blog, I am now a journalist for a site for women in auto and, in the automotive industry. And there's another door that's opening up for me. It's not 100% sure yet, so I can't really talk about it, but it's super, super exciting. And if it does come through for me, I will let you guys know, but I don't want to jinx anything. There are a lot of things that I have been able to accomplish and be able to be exposed to thanks to that community of women. These are women who, if you tell them, I'm looking for a campaign or a sponsorship, do you have any tips for me? They're gonna tell you their tips. They're going to give you useful information, not a script of what you send to people that you're trying to recruit into your team or your business opportunity. If you are looking for a sisterhood, there are so many other places that you can look for that sisterhood. It's not just in MLMs. It's obviously going to be a little bit harder to find what you enjoy and people that you vibe with. But the blogging industry really, and the influencer industry has really opened up my eyes and has really opened a lot of doors for me. And I have friends that have become my best friends. I have people that I have been friends with through the internet for a very long time, and I do consider them my friends. These are people that I talk to via the phone or texting or whatever, and I've never met them in real life before. And these are people who are in my corner cheering me on and so proud of me, and I'm so proud of them. So if you are looking into, going into that realm, you can always contact me and talk to me about that if it's something that you're kind of thinking about doing. But, I'm all for empowerment and lifting other people up. I really am. I'm not one of those people that gets jealous over if someone gets, a better sponsorship than I do. They worked hard for that. They worked their ass off for that. And I am happy that they are deserving of that. And don't get me wrong, there are people out there that are not deserving of certain sponsorships, and I do know that does exist, but that exists in any industry. There are people that get things that do not deserve it. But for the majority, I have met some really incredible people, but I kind of went off on a tangent there. Sorry, I really like to ramble, but I guess that's all that I have for you guys in this particular video. If you have watched up to here, don't forget to hit like, dislike, subscribe, support me on Patreon, check out my merch or my legitimate small business, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Monica reporting to you live from a highway.